8:40 on the Big 550 KTRS, and one of my favorite people in St. Louis restaurants is in our studios. Joy Grdnic is with the Fountain on Locust, and you have been, you're no stranger to a microphone. What a lot of people don't know is that this awesome person who runs this awesome restaurant was also a awesome, fabulous radio host back in the 80s, 90s.
Dan,
you were awesome.
Kelly
I used to listen.
here,
You were
I
such
would
a
say,
happy person.
I am going to have you canonized. You're like the nicest person ever.
No, I used to listen to you. Was it?
Then you don't know the
right.
real Dan. No, just kidding.
Oh,
But it's a long process, actually. You have to be beatified first, and there's a
Right.
cost involved.
But which station was it? I mean,
It was Casey. I was Joy in the Morning on Casey back in the day.
I remember.
Yes.
You were like the
I think-
sunshine of people's day. You were funny. You guys had a ton of
Dan,
great bits.
Listen to him.
No,
I'm
and
telling
then you and your husband, didn't you break out and then
Yes.
and start doing prep work for radio stations all over the country and did bits
and we
stuff?
still do, although we now sort of partnered with a company in New York. So we provide short-form radio comedy programming, which is like when you listen to a morning show and you hear funny commercials, song parodies, things like that. That was our business for 30 years. And still putting that out, yeah.
So then how in the world did you get into the ice cream business and doing it so well?
Oh, Kelly.
And she brought her a mini store with her
I did,
today.
but I'm making you guys the world's smallest hot fudge sundaes today.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be the world's largest, but we'll
Yeah,
settle for the smallest.
I know. I was thinking of that on the way over here. I was thinking it's probably like dinner time for you guys.
This is perfect.
This is great. You brought the ice cream. You got
I
the hot fudge in
brought-
the little cups.
Yeah.
cute.
I brought some of my favorite flavors of ice cream. I brought the coconut almond joy, which we just won the best ice cream parlor in the state of Missouri.
I'm telling you, people, if you've never been down to the Fountain on Locust, you are missing out. I mean, not only the ice cream, too, Joy. Your guys' food and your sandwiches. You have one of the best
Dan.
Reubens
we
ever.
work really hard.
Yeah. No, you do. And your
'Cause
homemade
you know
soup.
why?
Every soup is made from scratch, right?
Thank you. Yes, our soups. I have to say we have exceptional soups and ice creams, and everything else is really good. But if we have a lousy location, we're like a great restaurant with a lousy location, which is
But
like me
God
not
love you
knowing
for
anything about restaurants.
God love you for doing that. It's in Midtown. It's in an area that's still struggling to try to come back.
Exactly.
And it's happening slow but sure with the help of St. Louis U.
Oh gosh,
and
thank you to the St. Louis people for finding us, because none of this would be happening at all. We'd be out of business if the St. Louis people hadn't found us and supported us. So anyway, this is like, we say if we were like a lousy restaurant one block over, we'd have twice the business.
But the fact that people know where you are, seek you out.
Yes,
and says a lot.
It's easy to find. Just remember Locust. It's Fountain on Locust.
The Fountain,
You find
you'd be
Locust,
surprised, Dan.
Really?
People say, "Oh, the Fountain on Locust. That's on Olive, right?" So now I'm going to put some whipped cream on.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
And we're
we
gonna
are
have the
ready.
world's smallest-
Double. I went double.
Okay.
Double whipped cream.
Oh,
And-
that'll fit.
And I just want a tad a little bit, so I don't care what flavor.
Look how
I just want you
cute
to
those
know
are. Aren't
we
those
make
cute?
our
Oh, they're so cute.
Those are who are
whipped
streaming
cream
know
from
what we're talking
scratch.
about.
And I think that's one of the things that sets us apart from a lot of ice cream parlors, because I think they cut back on the toppings. Like they're all about the ice cream, which of course we have fabulous ice cream. But the toppings is where, I don't think anybody makes their own hot caramel, because that's expensive. It's just, cream, butter, sugar.
And time consuming.
Exactly.
Too.
So they put extenders in it, or they'll buy a can of, something with high fructose corn syrup. And we don't do that. We don't buy cans, tubs. We make everything. We make strawberry topping is just real strawberries and sugar, and our whipped cream, which is another thing. Restaurants can make whipped cream because they don't use that much of it, but ice cream parlors usually go to commercial topping, and we make it. So
What's your most popular flavor?
Honestly, vanilla.
She is really teasing us here as we're looking at this. Really? Vanilla's the most popular?
Yeah, well, it is because it's mostly used in everything, and we are the home of the ice cream martini, which is why you can't come, Kelly Jackson, because if you have an ice cream martini, you'll never leave.
I'll just keep drinking them and eating them.
Yes.
Great summertime drinks, too. You guys are always doing great summertime fairs and
Yes,
specials of the
thanks.
day that are fabulous. And summer martinis. One time I was there and you had a cantaloupe martini that was rocking.
This is candied orange peel, and it takes us 3 weeks to make this, and this is what we put on top of our instead of a maraschino cherry. I mean, you can have one. We do have them in the store,
This
but
is something nice and different.
yeah, and it's also made from
Not
scratch
expected.
and not a jar of chemicals.
Yeah. So what? So you were doing radio and you thought, you know what? I'm going to open an ice cream shop.
It is the strangest thing, Kelly. I don't know how that happened, but we bought this building to put our radio syndication company in, and it's an old showroom for automobiles. Back in the day, it's on historic Automotive Row, which is also something to see down there because all of the buildings were car related. And if it was like the first time in history when your family had to get a car ever, you'd have to go to this street to buy it. It was like the King's Highway of car dealerships.
I did not know that about Locust.
Yes, in the early 1900s. So it's something to see, and most of the buildings have plaques on them that say the cars, the Autumn, the Vale, all the Cole, the Standard, the these cars that I didn't even know a Stutz. That's what ours was, a Stutz showroom, and the
Stutz?
Yeah.
Stutz cars, which were Bearcat and the Black Hawk are the ones that people know the most. But they made all
Remarkable.
kinds of things. Stuff happened back then. Good and bad. Just because it's old doesn't mean it's good.
Well, and you have decorated it so amazingly. It's got these great little chandeliers. You did all the hand paintings on the wall, which are remarkable.
Dan, that's what I did.
I know.
I didn't know anything about the restaurant business, so I thought, I'll just make this restaurant because I think St. Louis needs a place like this. And I thought the day I put my paintbrush down was the day, I could go back to just doing radio.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't happen because that's when you start getting really busy. But we have a wonderful staff, and without them, we just couldn't do what we're doing.
Well, we're going to wrap this up
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
trying these
I have
fantastic
coconut almond
looking-
joy,
Ooh.
and I have
You can have that
black
one.
cherry,
Okay.
Yeah, black cherry.
Thank
right there.
you.
and I have
Ooh, the
Zanzibar
chocolate.
chocolate
Yep.
and butter pecan.
Give me the
And
Zanzibar chocolate.
and again, we have to go. We have to go, but
We have to
we
go.
know you're on Locust. But
Yes.
give us your address.
We are at 3037 Locust. If you remember 3030, you're there because
there.
there's nothing else around.
Yeah, cross street is what, Jefferson? Or is it-
We're actually halfway between Jefferson and Grand on
Okay.
Locust, but Jefferson, Grand and Locust don't intersect. So
And-
we're about 3 blocks from the Fox.
Okay, and we
All
will
right.
toast
Yes, yes.
by
absolutely.
trying
Yes,
this
to
I'm
our
gonna let-
world
world's
tiniest
smallest.
hot
Yeah.
fudge sundae.
Yum!
It's
Yes.
sinfully good. We're going to go to break because I can't talk with my mouth full. So it's 8:48. Thanks for joining us, Joy.
Thanks
Oh
for
my
you are
goodness.
such a
having me.
joy.
Thank you.
This is delicious.
Back in a minute.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
that's what I'm talking about.